Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much to Harold for the kind introduction. On behalf of the EPMA and AATA, I would like to welcome you all to the Racing and Betting Business Forum for 2018. We're delighted to see so many of you here today. As Harold says, we have 165 participants from over 20 different countries, including a number of first-time visitors to the forum. So thank you all for attending this year's event. I hope you find today very informative, entertaining, and thought-provoking. Now in its 10th year, the Racing and Betting Forum brings together senior executives from across the industry to discuss the future of racing and betting. While we always aim to be positive, focusing on innovation, new ideas, and opportunities to develop our sport, the forum is also designed to be provocative, asking some difficult questions as the industry continues to face some serious challenges. Now, for this reason, we have not one, not two, but 3 debates this year on our key topics. We will open the forum with our first session, a debate on the strategic choices facing racing and betting operators in an ever-evolving and competitive environment. While in our second discussion, we will see if these strategies chime with the next generation of racegoers and bettors. You may have already noticed that we have tried to lower the average age of attendees this year by inviting some young people working in our industry. We'll be getting their views on how horse racing can remain relevant in the 21st century and get a valuable insight into how, in this age of technology, how that has dramatically changed consumer habits and behavior. Now, our theme today, as Harold says, is the next technology for the next generation. So, of course, as always, we'll be looking for solutions to these questions too. Our third debate looks at race tracking technology to consider whether this will help to transform horse racing in the same way that performance data has revolutionized other sports. We also have a keynote speaker opening our second session this afternoon to talk about artificial intelligence and the impact of prediction models, whilst Bernard Marantelli will be providing us with his expert views on innovation in parimutuel betting. Now, many of these themes we may have touched on before, but with the massive growth in sports betting and now esports and gaming too, customer expectations have shifted dramatically. In-play betting, cash-out facilities, request to bet, literally hundreds of markets are now available on a single sporting event, often live and in running. Now, all of these are now regular features to service customer demand for instant gratification, driven as always by the internet, mobile technology, and social media. Now, we want to use today to celebrate success too, so we'll therefore be closing with our Innovation Awards, as mentioned by Harold there, sponsored by Colossus Bets. And as always, the Racing and Betting Forum is an interactive event, so we'll be asking you to cast your votes before naming this year's winners. To get the most out of your day, we encourage you to actively participate by asking questions of our panelists and presenters throughout, please. And once again, we have a web app platform set up for this purpose, so I hope that you're all already connected. You should have been sent the details in advance, but you can visit this address, which is www.live.io/EPMA, and then you just enter your name to connect. Now, Wi-Fi is available in this auditorium. Simply connect to event_zone and use the password event75015. And then once you have connected to the web app platform, you just enter your name and you can click on Live Vote and Quiz to answer questions that we'll ask at various points during the afternoon, or you can click Ask a Question to query our panelists and presenters on any of today's topics. So remind you once again, that's live.io/EPMA, and you just enter your name to connect. And then, as I say, most importantly, we need you to connect to this web app in order to vote for this year's Innovation Awards. Now, you'll also be able to ask questions from the floor with our new micro box. You can see here, which we can throw around the room, so we won't have to wait for the microphone to be passed along. We can just chuck the box around. So please do participate at the end of each of the debates and our presentations. And don't forget to post your live messages on Twitter too, throughout the day, using the hashtag RBForum18. So that's hashtag RBForum18. And please also remember to complete the feedback form in your packs at the end of today's event. Now, once again, we are hosting today's event in the French Football Federation building. Very appropriate this year, of course, with France winning the World Cup once again. I'm sure you'll agree this is a fantastic venue for our forum. But just a couple of housekeeping points. Please note that you're not permitted to go upstairs or outside except during the break, and you'll need a card to get back into the building, so please make sure to collect a pass before you leave. There'll be a brief 10-minute break between the two sessions this afternoon, so please use this opportunity to get refreshments in the lounge area at the rear of the auditorium, or you can use the toilet facilities which are located in the corridor outside. Regular visitors to the forum will be delighted to hear that we're returning to Vincennes Racecourse for the trotting this evening, with dinner kindly sponsored by Carus. So for those of you who've registered for this in advance, the coach will be leaving from outside the building at 6:30 after the conclusion of our Innovation Awards. But to get things underway, please open the interactive web app platform, type in your name and connect. Just to remind you again, it's live.io/EPMA. We'll test this out now with our first question this afternoon. For the horse racing industry, is it a positive or a negative move to diversify in betting and gaming? So that's for the horse racing industry. Is it positive or negative to diversify in betting and gaming? This is going to be a key theme for our first debate. As we know, the market conditions for all betting operators are very challenging at the moment, but particularly so for racing and pari-mutuel organizations. And we've seen some rapid growth since the advent of online betting 2 decades ago, which has changed the way that the industry operates. The traditional retail model has been turned upside down, while mobile betting has transformed the way that customers interact with sports. At the same time, betting has become truly global, with the barriers to entry being broken down internationally through new technology and operators expanding into new territories. This has been both an opportunity and a threat for existing businesses, as the market has opened up to new entrants and new products, challenging the status quo. This rapid, accelerated growth has inevitably been followed in recent times by a period of consolidation, where mergers and acquisitions have become commonplace. And as this pattern or trend continues, we see these operators diversifying their income streams, expanding not just into sports betting, but media, gaming, and even esports. Now, this arguably opens up betting to a whole new audience, but is it an opportunity or a threat to the traditional racing product and pari-mutuel model? Betting on racing has generally been in decline, while the sport continues to suffer from an aging demographic profile. Operators have had to adapt in order to survive, but is this at the cost of the core traditional racing business? Are these new customers that are being acquired still encouraged to bet on racing? And is the sport attractive enough to this new breed of online punters? Or will the choice and variety of markets now available in other sports inevitably cannibalize racing's income?